A butt joint is probably the easiest of all joints to make. It's a very common joint for DIYers to use. So as the name implies, all you're actually doing is butting one piece of wood up against the other piece, like that. So that is a basic butt joint. But what you can do is you can use glue to glue it together. You can use screws to hold it together. You can use glues and screws to hold it together, or you can put a biscuit in there to reinforce the joint, or you can use dowels. So there are quite a few ways where you can reinforce the joint because it's not a very strong joint to begin with. So in this demonstration we're going to use a couple of screws to make a butt joint in these two pieces of 3x2. But in order to help us, we're going to use some fast setting wood glue. So we're going to take the super glue, which is this part, and we're just going to apply some of that onto the wood there. And then we'll just take our can of activator and we're just going to spray that onto that part there. Now when you push those two parts together, the super glue will go off very quickly indeed. So as you can see, that has now bonded the two pieces of wood together. So a basic rule of thumb is to get a screw that's roughly twice the length of the thickness of the wood that you're fastening. So as you can see in that case, that particular screw is well over twice as long as the thickness of the wood that we're fixing, so they will be ideal. So as you can see, the joint's already held in place using the Mighty Fix adhesive. So I'm just going to put it onto the worktop there to support it, and then I'm just going to drive a couple of screws in. So that's how to make a butt joint. It's a very basic joint, it's a very weak joint, but it's probably the easiest of all joints to make.